Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3 content where we are not touching the new DLC. I waited to make another campaign until the next DLC came out, Shadows of Change, and if you've kept up with this game at all or have been on the Reddit at all, you probably know how bad that DLC is. So instead of playing as the Changeling, thank you, Skarbrand. Instead of playing as the Changeling or Yuanbo or Mama Stankia, I'm kind of just ignoring the DLC entirely, and we're not going to be playing in any... We're not playing as any of the characters, and we're also not playing anywhere close to where these characters start. We're playing Skarbrand. We're playing as the Khorne faction. And we're just going to have a good old time burning things down to the ground. So, if you don't know, Khorne is the god of war, blood, and murder. And his faction is all about hyper aggression. Skarbrand, our leader here, our legendary lord, is just a monster. 77 melee attack, magical attacks, flaming attacks, 465 weapon strength, 70 charge bonus, and his unit mass is just ridiculous. I don't know if we can see very easily. He's got a high unit mass, which means he's like able to just mow through units like a... He's like super chariot, like a super cav unit. Not only that, but he's also like the ultimate leader killer. He's just a one-man wrecking machine all by himself. So we're going to be using him and our Blood Reaper here. I don't like this name. I'm going to rename you. We're going to name this in honor of a friend that I just lost at work. A friend who moved back home. We're going to name this Jack. Jack's gonna go inside of our army here. Jack's also a pretty good fighter, this Blood Reaper. He's got decent stacks, 62, 331. I mean, he's no Skarbrand, but he's pretty good. And then we have these pretty good units here. Some Chaos Warriors of Khorne. They're tanky, beefy, they're armored, they're shielded. They don't really do much damage, so they're 36 weapon strength, melee attack. They land some hits, but they're not like super strong, but man, they're tanky. The problem is they're slow. But if we look at these boys right here, we've got 36 melee attack, 34 weapon strength. Do you have lower weapon strength? Wow, I didn't realize that the Bloodletters had lower weapon strength. The Bloodletters, though, do magical attacks. And magical attacks really do very well against these units we're going to be facing off here against. So our starting position is a little less than good. We've got the stupid what is this, the swamp marshes of madness. I was gonna say swamp of sorrows. We've got the marshes of madness up here. This territory is awful. It's garbage. I've played the Skarbrand start a couple of times now just to see how I want to play this. We are on very hard. I usually go up into the swamp, and I have found that this is just a mistake. Never ever am I going up here. It's terrible. I do want to get this going. I want to consider getting a lord, just to have a lord with a couple of units following us around. But I don't know. Do I want to go? Ooh, that charge bonus is pretty good. No, this is pretty good. This is pretty nice, actually. This Chaos Lord of Khorne, Baradon. But I don't know. We'll think about it. First things first, we want to talk about how Khorne plays. So Khorne is all about war, right? We're all about attacking, always be attacking. We have this meter over here, this bloodletting meter, and once I get it to, I do this by winning battles, and it decays if I don't fight. And if you look here, once we get 9 battle victories in a row, we end up with plus 70 growth in all provinces globally, 4% casualty replenishment rate, and -2 to global recruitment. So like the way this and one of our faction bonuses is we replenish armies in foreign territory, and we have extra campaign movement range after we burn a settlement down to the ground. So like what you're encouraged to do is just go, just move and kill, and then recruit as you move, and that's like your job, right? So before we even get started here, I do want to hit this button, the Skull Throne. This will give us construction time -1 for all buildings. So this will come up in 2 turns. I think. Let me undo and then redo. See? Yeah, it'll come up in 2 turns. It also gives us income from post-battle loot. That's good. We get a summon bloodletters spell, and then we get extra movement range again. Let's run into this first battle here. Get Skarbrand going. Never, ever auto-resolve until you have a full stack of Chaos Warriors, because the auto-resolve screws you. You can't take that much damage. The auto-resolve is pretty terrible for your bloodletters because they're a demonic unit, and demonic units really just get shafted by the auto-resolve because you're not very armored. And like once your leadership, like the game sees these boar boys, these savage orc boar boys, and they say, oh, that'll kill our leadership, and then that causes these boys, your demon units, to just disappear, because demons can't flee. As soon as they get low leadership, they start freaking out, and they start disintegrating on the spot like zombies and skeletons do. These boys can flee, but they're so armored and tanky that they're probably not going to flee anytime soon. Also, you really shouldn't lose any units at all in this battle, because Skarbrand can just take everything by himself. Skarbrand is just a one-man wrecking machine. The only thing you have to worry about is these arrow boys, and the doggies help take care of the arrow boys all by themselves. Let's pull our units over. Take a good look at Skarbrand. There's our boy. That's who's gonna win this battle for us. Where's Jack? Jack's right down here. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so here are our blood letters, if you've never seen them before. Base little demon unit. And where are my Chaos Warriors? I think the Khorne Chaos Warriors look amazing, but to be perfectly honest, they're not really a troop that I am super in love with. I think they're fairly useful, but you'll see why I don't really like them here in a second. So they usually consist of my front line, and then we have bloodletters as a back line here. I'm gonna throw Skarbrand in the front because he's so much faster than everybody else that there's just no point having him anywhere else. Move forward, and just here's the problem. Look at how slow the Chaos Warriors are compared to my demon units. The demon units are going to get to this point so much faster. That's so far has been my biggest issue with the Khorne army, is just the front line is so slow, and you're basically all front line. I'm used to playing Nakari at this point. I'm used to my boys zooming across the battlefield. One thing that I have found to be effective with Skarbrand is you got to keep him away from arrows, right? You've got to keep him away from those arrows. But if you click on a unit behind a unit, he does like this cool little like collision attack where he runs through the unit in the front, and he'll just demolish everything in that front line and just take them down. That is how you use Skarbrand to really be doing some damage. And then now that he's in here, I want to get him a little closer to these arrow boys, and then I want to hit these rampage button. That'll cause every one of those units to start rampaging and attacking each other. Bloodletters go in on the backsides. My Chaos Warriors of Khorne are not going to really ever be involved in this fight. Get some more bloodletters going over here. And yeah, just look at Skarbrand do his work. He'll start mutilating everything in this area. He's just gonna wreck all the blood for the blood god we ever need. Normally I don't play with the blood effects on because I think it sort of obscures everything. But when you're playing as Khorne, can you play without the blood effects on? Oh, I don't want my doggos like left in there. I don't want my dog boys left in. I gotta take them out. Skarbrand's killed the Lord. Let's come in here and kill some more of these. Get some more unit experience. Cycle charge into the back line. The battle should be over any second now. Throw some melee attack in on these bloodletters here. This is a huge buff. It's a 24 melee attack. So your guy is not going to be missing any attacks. If you give this to Skarbrand, he would be over. He would never miss an attack right now. Yeah, it's coming from his frenzy. Alright, so in that battle, I think we lost a few more dogs than we should have lost. I should have been a little more careful about cycle charging those Chaos Warhounds of Khorne in, but we lost 10 units, all of them from the dogs, versus 275 units. If I would have auto-resolved that battle, it would have been a lot worse for me. We would have lost so many more. It really wouldn't have been worth it in the end. The Bloodletters here are getting 61 kills. That's pretty good. Skarbrand himself doing pretty well there. Leader got nothing. Orc boys, Boar boys got nothing. Arrow boys got 2. How do I lose 10 when they killed 12, 15, 16, 17? Losses 10. Ah, it must have been from my summoned army, my summoned in bloodletters. Okay, so I have an option. Wait, do I now cause terror and fear? Okay, that's pretty good. Skarbrand has leveled up. I find that leveling Skarbrand up, I started going like through the red line and it's not so good. So I found that he's such like a beefy boy and your army is just sort of good enough by itself that you don't really need the the army buffs, and you don't really need the damage buff to Skarbrand either. But what is more useful is the utility coming off that blue line. Casualty replenishment rate, upkeep cost, all of those things. 8 is the magical number of Khorne. And as you can see, we have 8 tech trees. You cannot skip ahead. Unlike Slaanesh, you have to go through all of the lines. You have to go 3 in each to move forward. And I have found that the best possible starting tech is Spread Rage. Khorne Corruption +2 in all provinces, and a 5% chance to automatically colonize ruined regions in a province at turn start. So an ocean of hatred, a flood of fury, a spreading sea of purest rage and unbound wrath, all must hear the call to slaughter. Costs 300 skulls, takes 5 turns. Skulls are our primary currency here. We get skulls by killing, by murdering, and we use skulls up for technology and various buffs and unholy manifestations and various things. We're not going to make it here to aggro Migdal this turn. So we have a choice. We could recruitment stance and get some bloodletters or some furies here, or we can recruitment stance back here and make them cheaper. Money is a big problem for Skarbrand. So we're going to take the friendly local recruitment. I think we'll be able to get to Argo Migdal next turn, so we don't have to worry about us going inactive. Yeah, it saves us, you know, it's half cost, right? So It's a big deal. I think we have plenty of front line. I want something to deal with archers right now, so we're going to go for those Furies. Even though I don't think Furies are the best army in the world, we're going to get some of them. And while I'm here, I want to recruit this Burning Body Chaos Lord. Now, that might seem a little ridiculous, but I have my reasons, and you'll see soon enough. So, I'll explain next turn whenever we get off of turn 1 and start taking out some units. So, your economy as Khorne, as Skarbrand, is terrible, and it's never gonna be good. It's really bad, and it's always really, really, really bad. You make your money through sacking settlements. So I need an army of just like a couple of units, just a few bloodletters in this army to follow Skarbrand around and colonize sacked settlements. You can get the blood host, right? And that is pretty strong, but I also want like a lord that I can use later. The blood host, when you sack a settlement, you get the option to create a blood host, and they're pretty cool and all, but they can't actually replenish ever. So they're pretty limited in usefulness. But having an actual lord, are you kidding me? I can't reach you this turn? Oh, if I don't fight, we lose stuff. So we can push this button. This is the oh crap, I want to fight right now button. And we're gonna do it because I want to keep our fighting up. It says a Pyrrhic victory. There's no flipping way it's gonna be a Pyrrhic victory. We should not lose medium units here. We should lose almost nothing. It's important to be fighting every single turn that you can fight as Khorne, because all of your bonuses to your economy and to your casualty replenishment and your recruitment, all of it comes from fighting. And if you don't fight, you lose those bonuses pretty quickly. We, in all honesty, should be able to take out most of these units with just Skarbrand himself. The only scary thing is the blood letter here, the Blood Reaper. What is the base lord called for Khorne? Exalted Blood Reaper? I don't know. So wow, our army sort of spawned in here in a weird way. Get those there. The orcs are gonna come this way. Let's just move up here. Front line. Flankers. Big boys. Start the battle and run up. It's gonna take us a minute to get there. We'll group the dog boys together. Now that Skarbrand is up here, we're gonna pop Rampage and go straight into this guy. We'll send you around, send you guys into this. And honestly, I don't see us needing much more than what we've got. So I think we're gonna send these guys back this way. Yeah, Skarbrand is definitely going to wreck these guys by himself. Not much need for anything more than this. And the orc boys are going to be a little more scary. So let's cycle charge these boys in. Keep going against the bloodied one. These bloodthirster or bloodletters are tearing into that. There's so much blood. Bloodthirster, bloodletter, blood reaper. Yeah, we got so many things we have to remember. All right, see, and they got a little sad, they got a little scared, and they started disappearing immediately. We'll send you back to the front. These are almost done. They'll start disappearing in a second. Skarbrand got him down. He's dead. Let's kill off this unit. That unit's done for. They're disintegrating. Send you back to the front. And once Skarbrand deals with them, we'll deal with all of these guys over here. We're just gonna run them in. Over here on the side. Let's throw in one of these bad boys to pick up these archers. Send our flyers over here. Give melee attack to our newly summoned in units. Keep moving to the front. Skarbrand, you're pretty quick. You can get up here pretty fast. I want the doggos and the harpies, like, flanking around these units. And there's no way this is a Pyrrhic victory, right? I mean, look at how much damage. The Savage Orcs have no armor, right? So that's why we're just, like, ripping them to shreds like this, because there's just no armor on these units. Skarbrand himself is already almost up here. Back into the back lines. Double charge, so that's shocking them too much. Oh! Ho! Ho! Oh, that was my summoned unit. Woo! I was about to say, why? Why did we suddenly lose a unit? But that was just the summoned bloodletters, so no issues there at all. Yeah, 30 losses, where if we auto-resolved it, we would have lost hundreds. We would have been down to like half health for the entirety of our army, which is just too much. Too much this early in the game. Later on, when you have a full stack and you have pretty heavily armored units, you have your exalted bloodletters, you have your juggernauts, some bloodthirsters, then you can start auto-resolving without any issues. But in this early game, it's just not good enough to auto-resolve. So, now that we've killed this, we should have some extra movement points to get to that settlement. I think we should have enough to move us towards that settlement. I want the cash. Yeah, see? That reset our movement a little bit. This boy, get your bloodletter armies going. One more turn until this is built, and then we'll have some chaos warriors. Before we move in, recruitment cost for Skarbrand's army would be good. Start buffing up Jack so that he does a lot of damage. And then we just go in. I think... I mean, honestly, we should be able to auto-resolve this. But I'm going to fight it out. Probably off camera because this is like a little fight. You don't need to see this one. But I don't want to lose that many units here. So I'll resolve this and be right back. We lost 10, which is more than I wanted to lose. But we lost them mostly on the dogs. So, I mean, we didn't use the bloodletters, or I didn't use the chaos. Like, I didn't use any of my front line. I just sent the harpies and Skarbrand in. So we lost them on the dogs. But, you know, that's fine. 10 is okay. It's a little more than I wanted, but it's fine. Heralds write, they spread the proclamations of their masters in a tongue so dark and twisted that it somehow pierces the ground. The sound of Khorne's bloodletters and the counting of Nurgle's demons. Alright, so now that we have this settlement taken, what do we do with it? So you have a bunch of options. Sacking, skulls for the skull throne, blood for the blood god. So these options never change, depending on this. They don't change no matter the size of the garrison. It depends on the size of the army that you fought brought into it. I could summon a blood host, which is an army that has a random assortment of units that cost me full upkeep. I could get 1,000 skulls, or I could sack it for 755 gold. And 755 gold does not seem like a lot, but we're making 520, so it's almost 2 turns of money for us. So we sack it this turn. Okay, we sack it, and next turn we're going to have this guy done, or he's going to start moving this way, and he'll have a decent enough army to deal with that reduced garrison. And what we want is to get Skarbrand moving over in this direction so that we can take on more battles and keep our bloodletting going as fast as we can. We want to keep moving that bloodletting meter as much as we possibly can. So server die. I am going to need to get some units in here. I can afford 1 more unit. That sucks. We're gonna bring this guy over, and hopefully by the time he gets here, the garrison's not really returned to full strength, and it's just a really small garrison, and Skarbrand is able to come over here and do more sacking over here. I am going to avoid the swamp for as long as it is possible to avoid it. Maybe I'll take this lord, if his army gets big enough, into the swamp and take Skarbrand down into Khorne. Khorne has a lot of money. The Tomb Kings are a pretty wealthy faction to be killing. If I don't fight this turn, we will make no money, or we will lose bloodletting. And losing bloodletting is something I do not want to have happen. It's not something that I want to see, losing the bloodletting. I've got 3 more turns of the Skull Throne. I can't summon another army for another 14 turns. I don't want to lose any bloodletting at all. So I have the choice. I can move forward here and lose a little bit of my bloodletting, or I can turn back and take this, keep my bloodletting the way it is, and lose it next turn as I go this way. I want to give this guy enough time to get behind Skarbrand, to follow him around. Let's go back in. Decisive victory, right? So just auto-resolve that out. We got a little bit of gold, and then we're just going to skulls for the Skull Throne here. I can't really afford the bloodletting, like the blood host. So we skulls for the Skull Throne and get Skarbrand moving in the correct direction. That gets our bloodletting back into a good position, and we have an extra turn before we start losing anything. That's the important part. Straight into maim here. And the whole goal is to eventually be able to get a little more army into this guy so that he can start taking cities behind Skarbrand. But it's going to take a hot minute to get him to a decent situation. Now, I could have done that with the Blood Host, yes, but I want to get levels on this guy and get him turned into a Demon Prince of Khorne as fast as I can, because those Demon Princes are pretty sick. They are pretty sick. The Bloodthirsters are also like the Exalted Bloodthirsters of Khorne. They're also like really good lords. Not Skarbrand level. They really can't fight as well as Skarbrand can, but these guys do pretty well. So why didn't we take this settlement? Well, if you have enough Khorne corruption in an area, you have a percentage chance to settle any ruins that you leave in your wake. So we don't need progress will be lost. I didn't get a fight, so I'm gonna drop down one bloodletting point here, which sucks, but we have to do what we have to do. As long as this Herdstone, as long as they don't do the Herdstone ritual, I should be able to percentage chance colonize this settlement here. That's all we're looking for. We can spend skulls to do that also. We can spend skulls to settle. It takes 2,500 skulls to settle a territory, and that's a lot of skulls because we use 2,000 skulls to send to the Skull Throne to get all of our bonuses for our fighting and our movement. So we don't want to just be spending skulls willy-nilly. We want to use those skulls on sending it to the Skull Throne and on collect 500 skulls. We also want to spend it on technology as well, right?
Live to fight. Khorne commands, I go.
So we're moving around. Let's see. We did drop. But we take this. I don't think we need to fight this. We took way too much. We would not have taken this much damage. I should not have auto-resolved that. We're gonna sack it. Get a bunch of money. Transfer some of our weaker bloodletters into this army. Move Skarbrand up. Go server die here, and then we'll go into Blood Feast for the replenishment. Actually, I want increased mobility. Always put a point in here as much as you can, because Skarbrand has got to move. He has got to move to be useful. Demonic Portal. Oh man, I can really only afford like a bloodletter. Ugh. Blech. I need more cash. Once I take this with this guy, I can send some bloodletters back into Skarbrand's army and then go up here for Stormhinge, sack it, transfer back, do those things. I think that's what we're gonna do. The trickiest part about playing as Khorne, though, is your economy, because you just don't have one. You're gonna be running negative the entire game. You're just really... Seriously? There's... No, we don't... I mean, we don't lose this much, do we? Skarbrand himself can take these out. It's saying that we lose everything, and I am not willing to lose Jack. So we're gonna fight this battle. I'm not willing to give up on my lord, my hero, too easily. So we're just gonna fight this one out. And I don't think we should lose. I really don't think we should lose here. I should have checked to see if I could have used my Skull Throne thing. That might have helped. I don't know if I have that extra bloodletter buff. That would be nice. I can't do worse than the auto-resolve here, right? Vanguard deploy these boys. These guys come in 2 minutes. These guys come in 2 minutes. Group these up, start battle, and just move these bad boys up. It's the arrow boys that I gotta worry about. The boar boys and stuff aren't really gonna be able to do much to me. If I lose 2 units of bloodletters, I think we're okay. Not super duper concerned about that. But it's almost time for those units to come in. Keep moving up, and really honestly, I just want to send Skarbrand in. We'll send in 1 unit of bloodletters to tie these guys up. Are you boar boys? Yeah. Send these bloodletters into this. Skarbrand goes in here, and you guys attack the back lines here as much as you can. I want my main frontline troops just going in, and when Skarbrand gets in here and starts doing things, then I want to pop one of these off, send everybody into rampage so they'll damage each other, and get the fight off that way. Now, I really have to pay close attention and cycle charge these guys if I want to win. That's what's gonna, like, help me succeed here. I can't lose a lot of harpies or dogs. I have to be cycle charging in to these back lines. I gotta take out their leaders. Put it on Skarbrand. Get these guys away, because they will start taking a lot of damage. I gotta get the dogs away. Wow, you really are tanking up big time. It doesn't normally take Skarbrand this long to kill somebody. Go into the backs. These guys have come in, but they're super weak. The dogs and furies can take care of them pretty much by themselves. Why isn't Skarbrand doing what I want him to do? Oh, Jack is almost dead, so I need to pull him back. We'll send a unit of bloodletters in here. Let's send the furies over and get the dogs to run through if we can. Bloodletters start tying people up. I really don't want to lose Jack, but if we have to lose Jack, we have to. Alright, we'll consider the worth. Where's my furies? Come over here. Do something. Skarbrand is really starting to get beat up. There's that lord done for. But I'm losing. That was my summoned bloodletters. Okay. Pop the rampage here to mess everybody up. Dogs have bled. Dogs are gone. Skarbrand is killing this lord over here. And I want to give like a melee buff to these guys. Skarbrand will do his own work. He'll kill somebody by himself. I don't think he needs the melee attack buff. We're already up to 89 because of Frenzy. I don't know why you're walking around, bud. I'd much prefer to see you just murder things. Just, if I kill this lord, I don't think that these savage orcs over here are going to really change the flow of things too much. My dogs have recovered, but I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to keep them hidden. Send the furies back in. Kill them, Skarbrand. Kill them dead. Do the job. He's not even like up to your knee. Just murder him. Just quit knocking. His animations are so bad. He just keeps knocking him over, and when he's knocked over, he can't deal any damage. We'll come in here. These guys have recovered enough to be a problem. Skarbrand, bro, just kill it. Kill it. My bloodletters are soaking in some damage, which is not a very positive thing. Alright, they've broken. Alright, Lord's dead. Now we come through. And I think we just speed up and we're done. I didn't lose anything. I'm pretty sure I didn't lose a single unit. I lost 2 of the summoned in units. So we almost lost our dogs though. And Jack did take quite a bit of damage on that one. But hey, sometimes you gotta take damage. Sometimes you gotta take damage to win, right? Woo, 56 losses total is perfectly fine with me. 26, 7, and then the rest were from the summoned armies. 43, 45 here. These bloodletters, quite a lot of kills on them. Quite a lot of kills on these guys. These guys are just, like, look how tanky these guys are. This guy didn't take any damage at all. Skarbrand took more damage than this whole unit did. Let's replenish the army on this one. We have enough money to recruit something, hopefully. Yeah, we got quite a bit of favor there. Okay. Next, I think we're not really going against spells right now. Upkeep is going to be pretty big. Skulls per turn is going to be pretty big. Upkeep, income from raiding we're not doing. Post-battle loot, campaign movement range. I think we're going to go for upkeep on Chaos Warriors. And you, my boy, you're going in here. You are gonna... I really don't want Skarbrand joining this fight. I want Skarbrand to be elsewhere. Jack. Go into maim. Skarbrand, I think killing this is gonna be much more important for you. Kill old Edbutt here. Medium casualties, really? Really, game? Because I don't think it's gonna be. There's not even any ranged here. Skarbrand will kill all of this by himself. How much time will we have on this episode? Ugh. Let me resolve this one off camera. And yeah, because I could auto resolve this, but I don't. Medium casualties, not gonna happen. Let me auto resolve this one, or resolve this one off camera, I mean, and we'll be back. Look at this. I love it. Just go straight through. Straight through. Skarbrand looks so cool. Yeah, this is still that same fight. Yeah, I don't know what the auto resolve was smoking. Skarbrand is sort of taking care of this by himself. So yeah, we're not gonna take medium casualties here. There's no way possible. Stupid auto resolve. Yeah, so we lost 22 units, mostly on the dogs. So not medium casualties at all. The auto resolve would have dropped us down to like 1% on this guy. The dogs would have been mostly dead. Most of the bloodletters would have been mostly dead. Don't trust auto resolve as a demon faction. Only the Chaos Dwarves really have good auto-resolve. And the regular Dwarves, I guess, in Grand Cathay. Super heavily armored. They have good auto-resolve. We have high armor units, just not yet. We've not hit the tier yet. We'll take the replenishment. Now, I've got 5 turns until I can hit this again. So, it kind of sucks. We do not have the extra bloodletters in battle. We will auto-resolve this one. And for this, we are going to Skulls for the Skull Throne. Okay. What is the capital of this region? Death Gorge. So, yeah. I'm only going to be settling capital settlements. Get you closer to Khorne, or get you closer to Skarbrand. I think if I get old Skarbrand down here, I can steal the bloodletters back off of you. Let's take the higher health bloodletters. And then get Skarbrand into the encampment stance. And recruit 3 of those big boys. Let's... Can't recruit with you this turn. But next turn, we're gonna hit Blood Feast again. Again, we're just trying to get a casualty replenishment up. I mean, we can get a lot of casualty replenishment through here. We want Sustained by Slaughter, and we want Lightning Strike. Baradon, he's gonna get Route Marcher, and he's gonna get... What do I want to get you? I want to... I think as soon as we can get to his unique rank, we will. Income from sacking settlements, campaign line of sight, causes fear. I mean, this guy looks great. Where is the leadership aura? Is really good. Physical resistance for Chaos Warriors, that's really good. Killing Blows, really great. Deathbringer, that's pretty good. Burning Brand. Melee attack up to 8, that's pretty good too. So his buff line is actually pretty chill. He's got flaming attacks. Cool. Yeah. All right. So I think that's where we're going to call it for this episode. We reaped a path of destruction through 3 provinces. We fought like 5 battles this episode. A good start for a Khorne campaign, if I say so myself. I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty happy with this one overall. So everybody, thank you for watching. If you're hyped about this, let me know in the comments down below. Please give me some likes to beat the algorithm and let some other people see this content as well. Let me know what you think about the new Shadows of Change DLC and if you think it's any good, because I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't hate it as much as everybody else hates it, but I am definitely not the biggest fan in the world of it because, well, it was way too expensive for what I got. And Mama Stankia really got shafted with this DLC, premium DLC. But alright everybody, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.